Welcome back to our reading on Blueface and Jaidyn's relationship. We continue with Chapter 3, talking about Blueface's generosity towards Jaidyn. Jaidyn's money house is very fortunate with Jupiter here, in the North Node, and the part of fortune, indicators of wealth and assistance, influencing Taurus. The source of this is Blueface, because Venus rules Taurus. This is a long-term indication, especially considering they have children. If he has money, she will always get some too, and a lavish amount, perhaps more than he gives sometimes to himself. Lavish niceties he didn't quite extend to Chris Sean. Uranus here as well, nevertheless, states the good income is unstable. We can see how some of these indications manifest. Recently, Blueface is said to have spent $30,000 on a Brazilian butt lift for her, gifted her a coveted Mercedes G-Wagon in early August, and is now said to be spending $100,000 on making a home recording studio for Jaidyn. That brings us to our next chapter, Jaidyn's music career. Blueface and Jaidyn's planets are in her 5th house, showing a strong focus on her musical ambitions, this confirmed by what we see down below. Mars in Leo shows her quite ambitious, motivated, and putting energy and action there. Blueface's Venus here is partly a boon for Jaidyn. He brings creativity, the art, and opportunities for a while. However, there is a significant issue. The skill isn't quite there yet. Many people reacting to Jaidyn's music videos are not impressed and calling her a bad rapper. We would have to agree that this is shown in this chart. She was recently booed off stage. Venus square Uranus also shows public disapproval of her music to a significant degree, largely due to Blueface's involvement. Jaidyn's music is the sun, and how she raps is Mercury. In this chart, Mercury is doing poorly by being too close to the sun in the sign Cancer. When Mercury is damaged like this, it struggles to indicate its best qualities. Mercury rules speech and rapping in general. We figuratively call Mercury the god of rap, as it should be prominent in the charts of rappers, just as it is for Eminem, Tupac, and the Notorious B.I.G. This damage becomes an indication of a struggling rapper. Jaidyn's rapping style would be represented by the sun in Cancer, as the sun rules her 5th house. With the moon in Aquarius, however, there is a coldness and dryness to her style that doesn't work in her favor, sticking for the long term. We'd have to say, as constructive criticism, while she does have some clever rhymes, her rapping does come off at times as dry and lacking femininity, art, flavor, emotion, warmth, charisma. Even though Mars, her planet, is in Leo, a fiery and warm sign, we have to see what the ruler of Leo is doing to properly judge how the energy manifests. Mercury moving away from the sun in Cancer, however, says she should improve to a degree, and quickly. We subscribe that this is true, and Lovelxce is quite the audiophile. Her newer song Workout is much better, and addresses the issues we mentioned about lacking flavor, femininity, charisma, and flows much better, with some sexy parts, though. Blueface's controversial style is still heavy in it, by virtue of his planet in her 5th house. Overall, the Sun and Mercury shows her overwhelmed by the music, and the sign Cancer, which these planets are in, is a speedy sign. We feel, with this information, that too much was done, too quickly, for her to get at a more marketable level of skill, and maybe why she is overwhelmed, and some of her songs are misses. We believe the astrology chart agrees with most of the sentiment expressed here of YouTuber Everything Entertainment.
The rapper Lady London, she responded to Jaidyn and she said, "Should I drop Monday?" And she said, "Damn, studio time is wild expensive too." Then Jaidyn responded and said, "Been rapping your whole life. I just do this on the weekends." Then somebody said, "To be honest, she has a nice female rap voice. It's just that she rap exactly like her baby daddy. It's why it don't sound good." And then she said, "So I sound like a platinum artist." Bet. Hey, she a fool, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But to me, that shit sound like straight garbage. But that's the thing about music. It's all opinion based. I just go off what it sound like, and it just don't sound good because I don't knock no woman rapper or male rapper. You just got to be rapping about something that everybody ain't always talking about. You got to be original. Like, that's what's wrong with this game. And she just rapping the same way how Blueface rap, them same old beats. Like, if Blueface is really trying to market her, she got to come like with a story. She got to come with some good beats. It can't be them same ass club bullshit. Like, don't nobody want to hear that all the time. That shit is straight garbage. And like I said before, I don't think that she gonna be as big as Chris Sean. Like, be on stage with Glorilla and be getting people like Young Miami and Diddy to support her and all that stuff, because as long as she be on the Blueface management team, he gonna block everything unless he approve of that shit. And that's gonna hinder her career, but she doing it so she could pay them goddamn bills, because Krishan ain't paying her no more.
This concludes our reading about her music career for now. Music context aside, the Sun in Cancer and Moon in Aquarius also applies to how he treats her as well, romantically. So, even though he's putting on the sweet boyfriend facade in social media, he probably has moments still where he acts coldly to her. Jupiter's grace in money's reign, Jaidyn's fortune, from Venus's gain. Taurus influenced by nodes and more, generosity flows, a financial score. Yet unstable these gains from Uranus fly, Blueface's giving, an uncertain sky. Mercedes, studio, lavish feigns, wealth's expression, the love it feigns. Music aspirations burn in Leo so strong, yet Blueface's good influence is short than long. Jaidyn's Mercury close to Sun's heat, struggles in her rap, a challenge to meet. Skills lacking, critics speak true, Mercury's plight, anxieties brew. Sun's heat too close, troubled the verse, potential may wait, a talent to rehearse. In the 5th chapter, we discuss matters of the 5th house, the heavenly house of children. We'll keep it light and fair, as parenting is a sensitive topic. Aquarius rules this house in the chart. Saturn retrograde, a damaging status for Saturn, in Blueface's 5th house, in Pisces, confirms some irresponsibility with children, with what we know to have transpired. For example, they had their son around adult entertainers, which sparked lots of outrage online. This video is available on Twitter, but is too inappropriate to show here. People were so outraged they called CPS on them. So, clearly, as Saturn would normally represent, but struggles to while retrograde, being more strict and conservative, would be in their best interest to resolve matters of this house. But there is some good shown here, prima facie, with the Moon at Blueface's 4th house, and the Sun at Jaidyn's 4th house. This is a strong presence of parental influence in the home. However, the energy has dysfunction because the Moon is in Aquarius, and the ruler of Aquarius, Saturn, is retrograde, a dysfunctional state. It circles back again that even though they both appear to be strongly present in the home for the kids, especially as Blueface has been on house arrest, there is still irresponsibility that needs to be addressed to really actualize those benefits of being so present, and we wish them the best. 5th house speaks of children's care, Saturn retrograde, concerns laid bare. Dancers in outrage, actions severe, responsible parenting, they should revere. Children's issues, Saturn's retrograde sway, parental responsibility, in disarray.